Pierre Curie was a French scientist, born on May 15, 1859, in Paris, France. He became famous for his work in physics, especially in the study of magnetism and radiation. Pierre Curie's most important discovery was in the field of radioactivity, which would later change the world of science forever. Pierre's interest in science started when he was very young. He loved to ask questions and learn about how things worked. He was very curious about the world around him, always trying to understand the reasons why things happened the way they did. He went to school in Paris, and later studied at the University of Paris. While studying, Pierre became very interested in physics. This is the branch of science that looks at the physical world, including forces, energy, and matter. At the university, he met many other students who shared his passion for science. One of these students was Marie Sklodowska, who would later become his wife and scientific partner. Pierre Curie first became well known for his work with magnetism. Magnetism is a force that causes certain objects, like magnets, to attract or repel each other. He studied how materials behave when exposed to magnets. His research showed that materials could be magnetized and lose their magnetism depending on temperature. This was an important discovery, and it helped scientists understand more about the properties of materials. His work on magnetism earned him a good reputation as a scientist. Later, Pierre Curie worked with his wife, Marie, on an even more exciting project. They began studying a new element called radioactive materials. This research was groundbreaking. In the late 19th century, scientists discovered that some elements give off a kind of energy that can pass through things like air, or even thin sheets of metal. This energy was later called radiation. Radiation could be dangerous and powerful, but it was also fascinating for scientists. Marie and Pierre Curie's work with radioactive materials led to the discovery of two new elements, polonium and radium. Polonium was named after Marie Curie's home country, Poland, and radium was named after the strong rays of radiation it gave off. These discoveries were important because they helped to open the door to a whole new area of science. At the time, most people did not know much about radiation, and the Curies were among the first to study it carefully. Their discovery of radium and polonium opened the way for other scientists to study radiation further and learn more about its uses. For example, doctors later used radiation to treat diseases like cancer. It also helped scientists understand the structure of atoms, which is crucial for many scientific fields today. Pierre Curie and his wife Marie worked together in a small laboratory, and their research was very difficult. They worked in conditions that were not easy, and their laboratory was very simple. They had to work with dangerous materials, and they did not have the advanced equipment that scientists have today. Yet, despite these challenges, their discoveries were groundbreaking and led to many important developments in science and medicine. They worked long hours and faced many problems, but their determination paid off in the end. Pierre and Marie Curie's work was very important for several reasons. First, it led to the discovery of new elements that could be used in many ways. Later, radium was used in medical treatments for cancer, saving many lives. Second, their research helped scientists understand more about the nature of radiation. Before their work, many people did not know that radiation existed or how it could affect the human body. Pierre and Marie's discoveries showed the power of radiation and how it could be used for both good and bad purposes. Their work changed the way people thought about energy and matter. Pierre Curie's research was not only important for scientists, but also for the world in general. In 1903, Pierre and Marie Curie along with another scientist named Henri Becquerel, were awarded the Nobel Prize in Physics for their work on radioactivity. This was one of the highest honors a scientist could receive at that time. It showed that their work was recognized and celebrated by the scientific community. The Nobel Prize helped to bring more attention to their discoveries and the importance of studying radiation. Tragically, Pierre Curie's life was cut short. On April 19, 1906, Pierre was walking in the street when he was hit by a horse-drawn carriage. The accident caused him to fall, and he died from his injuries. He was only 46 years old, which was much too young. His death was a great loss to the world of science, as he had so much more to give. Many scientists felt deeply saddened by his passing, as they knew he had many more ideas and discoveries to share. However, his work on radioactivity and magnetism had already made a lasting impact, and his name would be remembered for years to come. After Pierre's death, his wife Marie continued their work. She became the first woman to win a Nobel Prize on her own, and she later won another Nobel Prize in chemistry for her discoveries of radium and polonium. Marie's dedication to science was just as strong as Pierre's. She continued to explore the mysteries of radiation, and her contributions to science were equally important. Pierre and Marie Curie's legacy is still important today. Their work paved the way for many advances in science and medicine, including the development of X-rays and cancer treatments. Radiation, which was once dangerous and mysterious, is now an important part of modern medicine. Pierre Curie's life was filled with dedication to science. He worked hard to understand the world around him, and to make important discoveries that would change the future. His work with magnetism and radiation remains one of the greatest achievements in science history. Through his curiosity and hard work, Pierre Curie helped to shape the world of modern science. Even though his life was short, his contributions continue to inspire scientists today. His discoveries changed the way we think about energy, matter, and the world around us. Pierre Curie's work continues to have a lasting impact, and his legacy is a reminder of the power of science and the importance of asking questions.